Okay, now Claire?
Hey, welcome to the deep end with Circuit de Yeux and Claire Rousay. How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah, how's your temperature? Hot?
100 degrees. Well, actually, I don't know what it is, but there's apparently a massive storm coming to the state that is going to decimate multiple areas and crops. Called the mega storm? Mega something?
Mega storm, damn.
But a lot of rain. That's going to destroy everything. And there's too many cars and people to get people out, so.
Which is why we've got these.
What?
Which is why we have these.
Yeah, mine's like losing a little bit of air, but I'm just expecting that's what it's going to be like when I'm in the megastorm.
Totally.
I don't know. You're in like a good place though. Apparently the last place that's going to flood when the world does flood.
Chicago?
Chicago's like, yeah, the best place.
Well, I have a secret for you, Claire. Not many people know this, but underneath Chicago and in northern Illinois, there is a volcano that's meant to erupt any day now. I don't know. It's hard to tell who's going to perish first, you or me. Well, I've noticed that you don't play drums much anymore. And when you first started off, you played like a snare, right?
Yeah. It's very anti-beat driven music for a long time.
Why is that?
I was rebelling against the drums, maybe.
You know, I was anti-beats for a while too. Primalness of drum beats represents sexuality in humans. And back when I was, in my early 20s, I really wasn't in touch with my sexuality, and I felt like as a woman, I was forced to sort of play that card. And so for my first couple of records, like there's hardly any drums because I just wanted to strip all sexuality from my music. And now I just like, sexuality is so beautiful and drums are so fun.
Play something good. Play something we can dance to.
What's your sign? What's your astrological sign?
I'm a Gemini.
A Gemini, the duality, the twins.
Yeah, see?
How do you feel about that? Do you think it's like bullshit or are you into it?
I don't know much about it.
Okay, so you're pleading the fifth, sounds like.
No, I mean, I don't know. I just know what people tell me, basically. And what people tell me maybe not the most true. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm blinded by my own, desire to, I don't know, be a certain way. Or perceived a certain way. What are you? You clearly know much more about this.
I'm a Sagittarius. And there's some pros and cons. Chaotic, passionate. I hurt people's feelings all the time. But you seem to me like someone who kind of exudes like a soft positivity. We talk about things that are a struggle for musicians, like traveling's really hard right now. And you just seem to have like a really sweet, positive side to everything, which I can really, I don't know, I just appreciate it because it can take you far, I think, emotionally. When you are traveling, how do you cope with the stress of like long layovers or carrying gear?
I have a special part of my suitcase that's dedicated to things that make me not want to die when I'm traveling.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Really self-care, actually physically taking space out of your work environment and saying this is for me.
Yeah, totally. I pack a candle. I pack house shoes. Touring without house shoes is deranged.
What kind of house shoes do you have?
I have a couple different ones. I'm wearing a version. These are kind of beat up ones that I put outside, but the plastic Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
Those are really great. I really want to buy some Uggs for colder weather.
Man, they're popular for a reason, My creature comfort that I tour with is my baby blanket. This is a secret. This is seriously deep end talk right now. And I've left this blanket in Paris, and I've left this blanket in Detroit, and I always get it back in the mail, or I'll do a recourse and go back. It is so wild how I can just stick my head into this blanket and take a whiff, and it doesn't matter what I'm going through, just levels the playing field, and I'm back,
The blanket still contains all of that natural scent of childbirth. You just take a whiff of that and you're good to go.
I've never washed it yet.
Amazing, amazing.
Okay, what about a secret? Do you have a secret you'll tell me that you've never told anyone?
I'm trying to think of a secret. I don't know. I haven't really talked about my imaginary friend a lot.
Tell me about this.
From like 4 to probably like 10, like a dangerously late age to have an imaginary friend. I had this imaginary friend named Grassy, which is like a combination of like the green dude that's on like the fucking like the corn guy.
Yeah.
Mixed with like a scarecrow. Mixed with like before this existed or I knew what it was, but like an old Greg kind of figure from that part of YouTube. But he was my best friend, and like we would like make choices together. So like if I wanted something for dinner, I'd like have to say like, you know, ask what he wants. My mom would serve 2 plates of something. So
That's adorable.
yeah, Grassy. We had a fish together, and like one time he didn't feed it, and I got mad. And
Oh, wow. Figment of your imagination, like come to real life. That is so cool. I mean, I think it'd be cool if you had one now. I really think it's just an exercise of like creativity, imaginary people, right?
I think I'm like unstable.
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe.
stable enough to have an imaginary friend right now.
Sure.
What about you? What's your secret?
Mine's kind of incriminating. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Absolutely.
All right. I really like to pick my nose.
You like to pick your nose?
I do. I just like the feeling of picking my nose. When I was a kid, I would do gross things with it, like I would build cities out of my boogers.
That's fucked up. I mean, I won't shame you. You can do it right now if you need to. We can cut and you can...
Nothing. I'm just kidding. Okay, Claire, my next question. If you weren't a musician, what would you be?
A service industry person.
How are your emotions? Seems like you got them in check. You make such emotional music, but to be able to do like service industry job and be like, can I do anything else for you? Your capacity seems really large. Do your emotions control you? Do you have control of your emotion?
It's like a balancing act. I don't know. I've gotten better over the years. Honestly, working jobs where people treat you like absolute garbage kind of helps a bit.
It helps you.
Well, it just helps you like control your emotions because you have, you know, especially in Texas where the minimum wage is like super minimum, like it's minimal wage. So I'm like working for like $10 an hour or something, and I'm just like, if I blow up at this person, I have even less than $10 an hour. So, but at this point, maybe that's why I leave so much space for people who heckle or do something like that. I'm also like very easy on tour.
Yeah?
Like I don't really ask for much. People who I work with are gonna be like, yeah, okay. But like, I really do feel like I'm pretty chill.
I'll tell you what, man. I've also been a waitress, and I've cried my eyes out at all of them. Like,
Yeah.
I've gotten so overwhelmed just from interfacing with so many demands. And it's just like, all I have to do is slice a bagel. I think I'm a little more with it these days, but my emotions definitely control me. Someone's up there. Someone's up there watching Eyes Wide Shut and crying right now. I know it.
I hope.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Aliens. Do you believe in them? And would you, if you had the option, would you meet them?
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
That was such a fast answer.
I mean, how do you say no to that?
I mean, watch Nope, and maybe your answer would change.
Nah. I'm like, I still need to see it.
Yeah.
But I think like, I don't know. Everything's ending already.
Yeah. I like the idea of like outer life being benevolent and just sort of like a helping hand. I think that's a lovely, lovely idea.
Yeah, even if it wasn't and it was like really terrible.
You'd be up for the challenge?
Yeah.
I think I could definitely impress them with my voice. Like they'd be like, that is a strong thing, whatever it is.
I agree.
Well, with that, I think we're done. I think we're done in the deep end. I think like my skin's crispy. Carrot Top hat is only protecting so much of you.
I know.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me in your wonderful deep end.
And thanks for remixing my music. It was really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for making the music that I was able to remix. It was also very beautiful prior to my grubby little human hands.
I hope the aliens love it. Get it to them. Next step.
Definitely.